All right, following our agenda. Next up is our very own Will Hanke, and he's going to do his business app approved. I'm not good at saying that, but I love the coin on the phrases. So, Will, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
All right. Sounds like fun. Let me,
It will be, I'm sure.
yeah. All right. Let's do this and this and this. How's that? All right. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. As you know, this is the business approved section, which we do each quarter, usually around apps that you can use, usually for your business. Last month or last quarter, we did holiday approved. So did some holiday stuff. This month or this particular quarter, I'm thinking all around educational apps, things that you can use to educate yourself, improve your business acumen, things like that. And one of these we've already talked about a bit today in a roundabout way, and that is Audible. If you are not using Audible, you're missing out on a great way to read books on the go when you're walking, when you're jogging, when you're cycling is what I do. But whatever it is that you're doing, or just hanging around and enjoying a beautiful winter day in Missouri, good opportunity to listen to some books. They have a free 30-day trial, $15 a month after that. That is 1 credit a month. The way that I use my credits is if I find a book that I really want to read, if it's more than $14.95, then I'll go ahead and use my credit. If it's less than $14.95, I'll just buy the book and save my credit for something else. You can save your credits for up to a year, I believe 12 months. So you can let them stack up. And I have used Audible as a gift to some of my team members. So you can buy them a 6-month or a 1-year membership, if you will, to that system, and it's a great way to encourage loyalty and just educate your team as well. There are some great books out there. Some of those were mentioned earlier today. Lots of different things that you can learn about your business, about growing, about yourself, about ways to get more revenue. Pretty much anything that you can find or that you think of, you can look for. Obviously not just business related. They have mystery, they have history, they have arts and entertainment, all kinds of things that you can find out there. So pretty much any book nowadays, within a month of it coming out in paperback, they usually end up launching an Audible version of that book as well. They also have what they call the Plus catalog, which is a bunch of additional books that are free because you're an Audible user. So these books do not go towards your 1 a month credits. You can just read these books. You can download them, read them, listen to them, I should say. And there are some great additional pieces of information out there that don't cost you really anything. As you probably know, that's at audible.com is the way to get started with that. Next is one that we've started using at our business. You've probably heard of Udemy. Skillshare would be kind of a competitor, I guess you could say, of Udemy. They have a 7-day trial, $32 a month. But if you buy a year at a time, it's like half price, $168 a year. Unlimited classes in pretty much anything that you want to learn. Again, another great gift item for family, or for family too, but for your team, to help them grow, help them understand how to do certain things. For me, Amber has an access to this, and I make her every Friday afternoon take time off to specifically work on Skillshare stuff. So it's a great investment for your team. They also do have team options. So if you want to buy more than one, you don't have to pay the $168 a year. I think it's $99 a year if you want to start adding on additional team members. Lots of different things that you can do. Obviously, unlimited access. They also have the offline access, which is great. You can download some apps or download some classes if you know you're going to be on a plane or you're going to be wherever, and you just want to have some access to those without having the internet, which is fantastic. No ads. So at no point are there any ads popping up, which can tend to be somewhat annoying. They have a couple things that you can learn. There's just a couple different things out there, and it's not all just business related. There are art related things, culinary. If you want to learn how to cook, you're welcome to come over here and practice on cooking. Go to Glenda's if it's chocolate related, and lots of different things that you can learn on this system. And they do have an app, of course. Skillshare.com/mobile is where you would find that. Next is the one that's a little bit different that maybe you've never heard of. It's called Google Arts and Culture. This is a free app that you can get, and some really cool things. You can do some virtual reality tours of different museums, landmarks, find things that are cool that are nearby you. You can also upload a selfie of yourself in front of the Mona Lisa if you want to do something like that. But a really cool way to kind of learn all about different, see different museums, pieces of art, games, landmarks, like I said. Lots of really cool things that you can do on this tool. One thing that I noticed is that it actually recommends things that they think that you would be interested in. And this is what they recommended for me. Not really sure why, but okay, kind of interesting, kind of different. This is maybe good, maybe bad. I'm not really sure why they recommended that for me. You can also tour different places, in this case, Versailles, the Hall of Mirrors. And if anybody's familiar with kind of the street view on Google, where you can go to an address and you can drag it around and see the street and that kind of stuff, this is a VR type tour. So you can actually turn the camera, look in different directions, zoom in on different items and stuff like that, walk through the museum. Some really, really cool stuff there. So that is artsandculture.google.com. And here's some stuff on cats. I think this is probably for Andy, right? Next is a tool called Loom. I don't know if you're familiar with Loom, but Loom is a big part of my day now. This is a free screen recording system. Lets you actually record what's on your screen, and you can make these short little snippets. We use it a lot for how-tos, but we also use it for our clients when we want to create something like a report that we want to share to the client. Or if they email and say, hey, we're not sure how to do this particular thing. If it's something that you're doing inside some software or something like that, you can create a quick Loom video and then just send them a link to the video. They can watch you doing it. We use this a lot for the how-tos because we get a lot of the same questions. How do I do this? So we just make a video and then we can just send that video back to that person at any time. Loom does have a pro version, which is pretty cool as well. It lets you add on team members, so then everybody can create videos that they need to share back and forth. They give you a little personal library. You can build folders. You can keep everything kind of documented in different areas if you need to. But a lot of really cool things you can do with Loom, and that is loom.com. This one also has a Chrome extension. So there's a button that you can actually just add to Chrome, and you can just hit the record button, start making your video immediately, hit stop, and it's done. Pretty cool little thing that you can do. And I don't know if it has a screenshot. Here's one. This woman that's talking on the screen, you can see that she circled something on the screen. It also puts you in the bottom, typically bottom left corner with your video. If you have your video on, you can turn your video off and just do a screen capture type thing as well. But it does make it a little bit more personal. If you are replying to somebody with a really short video about something they're asking about, they seem to love that. The last one is one called Hipster CEO. And I didn't change the top right, but that's okay. Hipster CEO is a startup simulation. So I know that you have plenty of time on your hands to be able to do something like this. 99 cents is what it will cost you. And here's kind of an explanation of it. You get to prove you're the next Mark Zuckerberg by growing your business from a tiny dorm room to a global tech powerhouse. And of course, it's only if you feel like it, right? But you get to do some cool stuff. You can get investors. You can, start to grow your company from there. And there are some educational things to this, right? You're kind of learning how that whole system works as well, even though I'm just kind of being funny about it. You can have some different real world situations that happens. Robert Kennedy is unhappy with their current contract. Your site's been hacked, different things like that. Of course, that hits your finances. Obviously the end result here is to build a business bigger and stronger. Gives you some cool little stats. And this is the 3.35 million in the bank. I don't know how accurate this is for most of us, but that would be fantastic if it were true. And obviously the idea is to get acquired and sell your business for imaginary money, right? So Hipster CEO is where you can find out more about that. I'd probably put your money into something like, or your time into something like Skillshare instead. But if you want to be a Hipster CEO, you can do it. That's it. Thank you. Hope everybody has a fantastic day. Is there any questions of anything I went over?
Andy, on the Loom screen recording, is that the kind of model where the free version will get you a minute of recording time or 2 minutes, and then if you want the pay version, you can get unlimited time, similar to software like Debut, for example, which is an NCH
Yes.
offering?
Yes, obviously the free version is limited to, I don't know what the time limit is, and some other things. The great thing about the pro version, it's not expensive, but it also lets you add in team members and build folders, things like that can really help kind of start to organize everything.
And then, of course, it includes the audio if it's a video presentation or something like that.
Yes, for our how-to videos, I'll shoot them in Loom, then I'll download those, and then I'll upload those to my YouTube channel as well. Yeah.
The thing I really love about Loom is that it tells you when somebody watches it. So if you record it and you send them the link, then when they watch it, you get a notification that somebody watched it.
That may answer one of my questions. Well, this is the last, and one of my clients is a CEO who does a monthly video update, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long, and he uses Microsoft Stream. I guess does a recording on that. What are some possible advantages of using Loom over Microsoft Stream?
I'm not familiar with Microsoft Stream, so I don't know exactly what it does.
Okay.
So I can't really talk to it. To Tabitha's point, I think the great thing from a sales side is that if you make a video, a sales related video on Loom, send that to a potential client. When they open that, you're alerted that they opened and watched that video, and that's a great time to pick up the phone and call them and ask them what they thought about it. I'm sure that a Microsoft product probably is pretty comparable to that.
So I can answer that. I've got some experience in Microsoft and in Loom. So Microsoft Stream is really just like a platform for housing the videos. And you can control security and all of those sorts of things. And so it's really like an enterprise solution. Loom is going to be a web-based solution. You can still make it public or private, right? But then you just get the URL and you email the URL out. So a lot of times when we use Stream, we have people have access issues if they're outside of the company, where when we use Loom, we don't.
Great.
The other thing is that Loom has some very simple editing functionality. So if you want to cut off just the beginning or just the end, you can. That's all part of the free version. If you pay the subscription, it's $10 a month, and then you can write a description, people can put comments, you can add call to action buttons. So if you wanted to do a video and then you wanted to take them someplace else, you can add a little call to action button. So there's a minimum of 25 videos that you can store in your library on the free version, which is still totally adequate for most companies.
Sure.
But then if you want some of that extra stuff. We use it to do LinkedIn intros. So when we want to connect with somebody, we'll actually do a little recording and say, hey, Les, met you at this thing. Here's why I'm wanting to connect with you on LinkedIn. Here's a little call to action to contact me or to use my free busy link if you want to get connected or get on my calendar. So we use the paid version and we like it. We do use Stream for housing bigger videos, but it's really for more within your organization or your enterprise.
Wow, what a resource you are, Tabitha. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Tabitha.
In fact, Tabitha, I'd like to follow up with you. Would you put your email address in the chat box?
Yeah, we'll do.
Thanks.
There was a comment from Kira saying you can actually call and ask for a silver membership on Audible, which is a credit every other month, which is pretty cool. You can also trade books in for credits within a year. You can also start to listen/read to a book, and if you decide you don't like it, you can basically get that credit back, which is pretty cool. All right, I guess that's it. Thank you.